Coming up on RDTV, a young woman with an interesting perspective on the Ferguson police shooting. We're also going to talk with the folks in Florence about a children's theater they're trying to build and a performance that's coming up. As long as we're talking about entertainment, we have a new deal with the Eugene Weekly, the Eugene Film Society, and the Bijou Theater to bring you what's happening downtown. And I'm going to take you to my favorite ghost town in Oregon, the very favorite. Plus,
I got your stuff, dog.
The Sleepy Monk returns. Find out how you can get coffee delivered to you at your home or your business next. I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. A lot's been said about the Ferguson, Missouri police shooting, but this next story was written and edited and shot by a really good friend of mine named Ben McKee. He used to work with me at KEZI, and we still work on stuff together. He shot this story, showed it to me, and I said, you know what, Ben, please let me show this to the people of Western Oregon. So take a look at a different perspective.
There are so many ways and reasons we use our voice.
It's something that we need to take advantage of.
How many people agree with that?
In this mediation class at Martin Luther King Jr. Early College, 10th grader Amir Hollis uses hers to motivate her peers.
At the end of the day, you're going to hold yourself up and you're going to be there for yourself.
All of them mentors to younger students at the school.
First, make them feel like they're wanted.
There are times when Amir prefers
No comment.
to say nothing. And then, as you discover later in her story, there are times she must speak out.
There were some people that was upset about what was happening.
In early December, some Denver public school students took part in demonstrations over a pair of grand jury decisions not to indict police officers over the deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner. Conversation about social justice and the cases have continued in classrooms throughout the city. While most have been productive,
But we were having a conversation in class one day and everybody was like, oh, forget the police and they hate the police. And like, it starts building up and it's like, I got a little upset and then I start crying.
the school dean encouraged her. Speak. Amir did at an assembly before her entire school.
They get up every day and risk their lives. They put their lives on the line for someone else.
Including?
Yeah, including my mom.
Her mom, Denver police officer Selena Hollis, was shot and killed while trying to break up a fight during a concert in Denver City Park.
My mom busted her butt. She went to work. She did a lot of work just for me to have what I needed or what I wanted.
What she wants now, an understanding of sacrifice.
Police officers have feelings. They have families to go home to and to serve and protect. That's their number one thing they need to do is serve and protect, and they follow through that. I do feel some police officers do take advantage. Not all police officers are like that.
Officer Hollis died doing her job, protecting the lives of others. Now Amir is using her voice to tell that story.
First she would say, boom. That's my baby. She would just be real proud of me because I actually spoke up.
Amir has a story to tell, a story of courage, honor, sacrifice, and great love. This is a story of her mother and the voice she has left behind.
She would just be real proud of me.
For DPS Features, I'm Ben McKee.
We're excited to tell you about a new partnership we have with the Eugene Film Society. It also includes the Bijou theaters and also the Eugene Weekly. What it's going to mean to you as a viewer is you're going to know what's happening in terms of entertainment, what's going on with the film industry in our community, and what's happening downtown. Welcome to What's Happening Downtown, and who better to talk about downtown and happenings and entertainment than Rick Levine from the Eugene Weekly. Thanks for being here, Rick.
Thank you, my pleasure.
What do you love about what's going on downtown in Eugene today?
You know, people. I love seeing people here. They're coming down for arts, culture, dining, and it's just becoming a real central location. It's becoming a hub, a place to gather.
Why is that important, do you think, for entertainment? When you have an entertainment community like we do, there's so much going on here.
Yeah, it becomes a destination. I mean, you know where to go right off the bat. I mean, you've got theater, you've got opera, you've got movies, you've got great restaurants. It just gives people a place to start.
So Rick, tell me what's happening downtown.
Okay, so we have the Banff Mountain Film Festival, which is out of Alberta, Canada at the McDonald Theatre, and that's outdoorsy, adventure sports kind of films. We've got Eugene Symphony performing Beethoven's Pastoral, the Sixth Symphony, which is beautiful. We've got Lucky Me opening at Oregon Contemporary Theatre right downtown, and of course the Disorient Asian American Film Festival, Oregon.
Also Farmers Market and Saturday Market.
Farmers Market, which is really exciting. That opens on April 4th, and you'll find people gathered there for produce, music, arts, crafts. It's a great anchor for Eugene.
So that's what's happening.
That's what's happening in Eugene.
Downtown.
The Aunt Patty's product embraces a philosophy of getting out of the box and trying something new, or taking the Pillsbury box and adding a new twist to that would add nutritional value.
Sometimes getting out of the box in the kitchen is not easy. We tend to follow recipes for fear of making a mistake and ruining a meal.
The standard isn't perfection, the standard is experience.
Okay, that's good.
And it can be messy in the kitchen. And life can be messy.
Why did you watch?
It's okay if it makes a little bit of a mess.
Aunt Patty is not afraid of messy, and she doesn't think you should be either. No matter how old you are, this is the place where it can begin.
And the outcome of messy can be a beautiful product. The kitchen has allowed me to know that life isn't perfect. And that's what I'd want to say to people, and that's what I want kids to know.
I can't get it. It will.
Well, why don't you try on the bigger one? You want to try on the bigger one?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know you can do this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Trying is the key. Try that with one of them. You guys, I think the big thing about Aunt Patty's, not only myself, the person, but the product, is that life is an experience, and you don't get to have experience unless you experiment. This is more than a product line for me. This is really what my heart is. I have 3 words: people, product, and process. It's about people. I can be a good hostess and I can do those things well, but behind all that is a person that's just pretty down to earth, that likes to dig in the dirt. If you sit at my table, I want to stand behind what I present.
Perhaps Aunt Patty is onto something. Ingredients, relationships, people, and products really do matter. And to see these begin in the kitchen, that is just Aunt Patty.
One of our most loyal friends and clients of Rick Dancer TV since the very beginning is Ranchito Grill in Springfield. Abe over there is the greatest guy. He owns the place, and Ruben works there, and he's wonderful too. And they have the best food, the best Mexican food in town. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't say that. You know me. I don't say stuff like that if it's not true, and it is true. You've got to try it. Another good reason to try it, though, is when you go have dinner, you can fill out a little form, put your name and your phone number, stick it in the bucket under Rick Dancer TV, and every month we draw a name, and that person gets 2 free dinners. And this month it's Rick Haskell. I'll be giving you a phone call. And when you go in there, would you do me a favor? On lunchtime, they always have a $6.95 special. So go in, get the special, and tell Ruben or tell Abe that you saw it on Rick Dancer TV. They love that, and it helps us too. We're here with Pamela Kwan from the Disorient Asian American Film Festival of Oregon. And you guys have a big event coming up. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No,
I'm
this
glad
is
to have
great.
a chance to
We want to
talk
let people know some of the things that are going on in the film world. So tell us about the festival itself.
The festival this year, from April 16th to April 19th, mark that on your calendars, we're going to have a festival of film promoting educational, cultural, social awareness. There's a social justice focus to our festival, and you'll get to see a wonderful variety of stories showing Asian American Pacific Islanders and by filmmakers that tell these wonderful stories in the most artful manner.
So the purpose is to entertain, but at the same time is to show people of Asian culture
Yes.
in a different light.
Right, right. Sometimes people confuse Asian and Asian American Pacific Islander American. They're two different experiences, and sometimes it's hard to explain in 5 minutes, but watching a film is a good place to start to open a conversation. And there's some great discussions that happen between the filmmakers who come to the film festival and the audience and the staff and the volunteers. People watch the films and they leave feeling a little different, and I think that's a great thing. We're going to have a workshop given by director Tim Savage, who's coming from Hawaii, Dana Hankins, and award-winning author Graham Salisbury. They did a film called Under the Blood Red Sun. It's spectacular through the eyes of a 13-year-old boy growing up in Hawaii in 1941 when Pearl Harbor is struck. It's a beautiful film. They're going to do a workshop on Thursday, April 16th from 4 o'clock to about 6 or 7 on the making of that film. So I hope you come check that out. And then on Friday, we have our great opening night film, Cicada, and Dean Yamada and Leilani Abad are coming to talk about the film after the screening. It's won awards, and I know that you'll love that programming.
And this will be held at the Bijou Arts Cinema.
Yes, on 13.
And how much is there? Where can they get information for tickets and that kind of thing?
Come to www.disorientfilm.org, and the website is work in progress. You'll see schedules, links to buy tickets, and the VIP pass is the way to go. The VIP pass is covers all the admission for 2.5 days of film and the workshop, and you'll have a wonderful time and make some new friends.
Remember back in the day when the milkman used to deliver milk? Well, I'm the coffee man and I want to deliver coffee. I'm going to deliver Sleepy Monk coffee to you. I'm bringing Sleepy Monk coffee to Eugene. We've been roasting coffee up in Cannon Beach, Oregon for the past 26 years. It's fair trade, Arabica, organic coffee. And what I'd like to do is to bring things full circle. I want to deliver coffee just like that milkman used to deliver milk to you. I want to deliver coffee to you. So if you call this number, I can deliver it to your work, I can deliver it to your home, I can deliver it to wherever you would like it to be delivered. I would love for you to take the chance and try this coffee.
You already deliver my coffee to me. I mean, what do you mean? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to them. I know I deliver to you, but I'm wanting them to know I'll deliver to them.
Oh, you want to deliver to them. Okay, well, call the number on your screen. Now, where's my coffee?
Oh yeah, here. Dang it. There you go. Got it.
The next coast town we're going to visit is called Bay Ocean. It's not far from Tillamook. In fact, right now we're standing in what could have been the downtown area. There was a post office, grocery stores, a big indoor wave pool, hundreds of homes. It was going to be the Atlantic City of the West Coast. And this is what's left.
In 1906, a real estate broker from Kansas City forgot that he wasn't in Kansas anymore. He understood the realtor's code that it's all about location, 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 but failed to fully grasp the power of the Pacific Ocean. A sign that leads to the peninsula where Bay Ocean used to sit tells the story.
City of Bay Ocean Park. 1906, T.B. Potter, real estate broker from Kansas City, dreamed of this peninsula being a second Atlantic city.
Jim Bennett is our guide. He lived at Bay Ocean when he was a kid.
Okay, so it came out here and then it got big, and that's where Bay Ocean was.
Yeah, that's where the town was.
Okay.
This is a sketch of what Bay Ocean was going to look like. plots for homes, businesses, a resort, and places to play.
By 1914, 600 building lots were been sold.
Bay Ocean had its own that would bring visitors from Portland for a weekend of fun.
Consisted of a general store, post office, a 3-story hotel, bowling alley, tin shop, and bakery. The hotel had automatic fire sprinklers. There was an auditorium with a pool 50 by 160 feet.
This was the place to be until something unspeakable, unbelievable, and unbearable began to happen.
All this was Bay Ocean. There's nothing.
Not a piece of concrete, not a water pipe, not a brick, nothing. Mother Nature reclaimed her sand spit. So what went wrong at Bay Ocean?
They built the north jetty and it was fine, but they needed a south jetty to protect the ocean-going vessels and logs and stuff like that. But with just a north jetty, it created the currents to be different.
The community lost it. The change in ocean current became a nightmare. The ocean literally washed Bay Ocean into the sea. Developers went broke, investors lost everything.
Over 20 homes had fallen into the sea by 1949.
Some tried to save their homes.
Of 59 homes and summer cottages, only 5 were moved in time.
You can find them nearby at Cape Mears, survivors of a disastrous dream, dashed by misfortune, bad planning, and an ocean that does what she wants.
Francis B. Mitchell bought the first lot in 1907. He was the last to leave in 1952.
Old-timers say in the end, Mitchell was so distraught, he would carry wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow of sand to the ocean, trying to save the sand spit and his investments.
On February 15, 1960, the last house washed into the sea, and the city of Bay Ocean was but a dream.
And we're joined by Melanie Hurd and 2 of the jesters. They dress like this all the time at spring break, they tell me. And they're with the Children's Repertory of Oregon Workshop, which is C.R.O.W. out of Florence. Came over because we got a couple of things we want to talk about. First, tell me about the performance that these 2 beautiful young ladies are in.
I would love to. We are doing Once Upon a Mattress, which is a hilarious adaptation of The Princess and the Pea. It is Carol Burnett's star vehicle from the 1960s, and it's going to be at the Florence Performing Arts Center called the Florence Event Center.
And when is that?
It's April 10th through the 12th.
And this is not like just a school performance. This is, you have a fairly large budget that you really invest in kids trying to do the arts.
We do. In fact, our slogan for C.R.O.W. is "The arts really do matter." And that's kind of our philosophy behind every single thing that we do.
Which is why they want to grow as well. So tell me about this plan, because this is what I really want people in the community to understand. You're trying to raise $200,000 at this point
yeah.
to buy a building. So kind of explain that the building's held and give people an idea where we're at here.
Sure. Okay, so what it boils down to is that we are on the precipice of some really necessary change for C.R.O.W. We are doing a lot of things in driveways, and our costumes are stored in 5 different locations all throughout our town, and we need a place to call our own. So to that end, we are looking to raise money to purchase a permanent arts facility for the youth of the Oregon coast.
And you have a place that someone has already stepped in and is holding it for you, so tell them about that.
We have a private investor that has come in and secured a building for us, which is perfect for our needs. It has space for classes and workshops. It has space for set construction, costume construction, storage, dressing room, green room, pretty much everything that we need for the arts for the kids.
And you've already raised how much money?
We have raised $46,000 through direct donation from the community.
And you need $200,000.
We need about, yeah.
And how long?
We have about a year to 18 months to raise that money. The private investor has put the money in at a temporary commitment, and then we're going to purchase the facility for the children. So.
Why do you think this is so important for these kids, for your kids here?
It just is. The arts are an amazing vehicle for success in life. Studies show the importance of arts on any career that you choose as an adult. You will learn teamwork, dedication, self-confidence, follow through. You know, these are just a few of the things that you get out of being involved in the arts.
So how can people get to you and contact you? Give us a website or some information.
Absolutely. You can go to www.crowkids.com or you can call me directly, and I'm happy to give my phone number. It's 541-999-8641. And we are looking for some donors. We really are looking for folks who understand that the arts matter.
And you really care about this.
I do. It's my passion. I really, children in the arts, as you can see, there's a couple of my C.R.O.W kids sitting here with me, and they're very special and amazing people.
So that's the big performance with you two lovely ladies comes up
April 10th through the 12th at the Florence Event Center.
Okay. Oh, we should make the point too is when you get this center that you develop, you're still going to use a performing arts center as your home.
Yes, C.R.O.W is very vested in the community. We do a lot of community outreach, and we support the community in many ways, from senior interaction to free performances for the local schools. And we go into the schools and we do assemblies and educational opportunities for the kids. So we are not going to stop using the Florence Event Center, but we need a home. We're ready for our wings to grow, or wings to fly.
All right. Well, Melanie, you too, thanks for being here. As many of you know, we spent the last 4 years producing a documentary on Senator Mark Hatfield. It's probably one of the finest things that I will ever get to do in my life because he was a fine man. The DVD is finally ready, and I'm excited to tell you about that because I want you to get this somehow so you can see who he was and what he did. So for $30, you can get the DVD. For $50, you can get the DVD plus an hour extra. These are interviews that we could not fit into the Hatfield documentary, but they're so valuable and you will enjoy them as much as you will the documentary. In addition, we really want people to see this, so we found another way to do this. You can upload your own copy. You can download it right off the computer for $15. Or, I know, there's more, for $2.99, you can rent it, sit down over the weekend and watch it. And then if you would, do me a favor. Once you watch it any way you get a hold of me. Send me an email at rick@rickdancer.com and tell me what you think.
A gentleman of the highest order, and well respected.
He saw a tapestry that very few people saw. Most people see threads. He saw the tapestry.
I learned a lot because people would say to me, well, Mark Hatfield, he's a Republican, therefore XYZ. Well, no, he's not that kind of Republican. You can't label him that way and describe him with any integrity.
So the irony of this is that the atomic bomb may have saved his life. And then seeing what the effect of the atomic bomb was on people caused him to devote much of his life to the elimination, if possible, of these weapons from the face of the earth.
We all owe our present existence, our successes, and the good things that we've been able to do for our people. We all owe that to the efforts of the Senator.
You cannot make a deity out of somebody. That's wrong. And I think the folks realize that he had some shortcomings too. Like, he was a human being, like everybody else.
And I remember going into the meeting, and Mark was sitting in a chair kind of in the middle of the room, and no other senator was sitting around him. And I went and I sat next to him, and by and large, we were able to convince the group we're not going to start taking people's chairmanships away because of one vote. But afterwards, Mark thanked me a lot. He said that was one time when he really felt lonely.
But the way he survived the tough times, where he clearly turned to his faith and depended on it completely, are the times when we really got that.
I think what is perfectly evident is you don't have a person who hedged and trimmed throughout his career and was courageous at isolated moments. You have a courageous person throughout a career who, at very specific moments, demonstrated that courage in very vivid ways.
I think he has left a wonderful example for people to follow, but I think individuals have to be willing to lose and so many just want to get reelected so badly. Mark Hatfield was ready to lose. I mean, he didn't want to lose, but he was willing to lose if it meant going down over what he stood for. And
I worry that there won't be another one. It's hard to imagine that there could be.
I don't know how you'll see another Mark Hatfield, but I hope so.
So I still get people walking up to me going, Rick, what are you doing now? What we do is promotion. We do media services, so we produce videos for YouTube, for internet use, for website use. We also produce videos for nonprofits, and we can help you find people to help pay for that. So we do a whole myriad of services and a lot of social media. So get in touch with us. Go to rickdancer.com or email me at rick@rickdancer.com. Heck, I'll even throw my phone number up here, but you better be calling me for business. Give me a call, let's figure out what you need, and we'll help you get there. That's really all it is. It's so easy. When I used to work in television news, people would come up to me all the time and say, why do you guys always have to focus on negative stories? Why do you always have to do car accidents and crime and murders and that kind of thing, as if that's the only thing going on in our community? And you know what? I never had a real good answer. I couldn't answer because that's just what we did. That's what I love about doing Rick Dancer TV. You know, you people stop me on the streets all the time and you're coming up and saying, Rick, I love what you're doing on your show. And you know why I think you do that? Is because you know that Bill Getz and Will and Emma and Wine Julia and me, we're committed to doing real stories about real people, about good people, and about things going on in our community. We're not telling you what to think, we're just giving you things to think about. That's what you like about it. You want to be part of a conversation, not talked at. We're talked to on Rick Dancer TV. So you know what? We really appreciate the fact that you do tune in, and we ask you to send this to your friends. Get other people involved in the conversation, because we all want to be a part of this thing. You can do things different. Don't let anybody tell you you have to do it the way that everybody else does it, because we're not going to do that at Rick Dancer TV, and I don't want you to do that either. So you just keep showing up every week, and we'll be here, and we'll try to get you something new and something interesting to keep your attention. All right? We'll see you next week.
To me, it's not that much different not having legs. I can still do anything else that a 10-year-old could do.
You don't want people to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I never have. I admire you though. You know why? Because you're tough. And you're kind. And you're a decent guy and you care about people. I think that shows more strength than having a pair of legs, don't you? You're a good man. How many times have we done this?
A lot.
Like 100 times, huh? Okay, ready? You're awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me talk to you. I appreciate it. Glad to see you're doing well.